Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 18 franchise mode with your London Lions. Yes, we are back here again for another off-season after a crushing defeat in the playoffs last season. We made it to 5 games in the Stanley Cup final against the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we couldn't get the victory over Tampa Bay, and we lost in the Stanley Cup finals. We have made it to every single round in the playoffs since starting in the league 5 years ago. We are now going to start the 6th year of our league. I put up a poll on Twitter, as you can see here, asking what you guys wanted me to do at the end of 5 years, and you guys said you wanted me to continue with the London Lions and see what happens. So, okay, we're going to do that then. So we start with the 2022 NHL entry draft. I can't remember what draft picks I have. I don't think I've given up too many draft picks recently because most of the guys that I've picked up have been through free agency and through drafting my players up. So here we go. Let's try the entry draft. Let's see. I assume we've got the 31st pick of the draft. Nashville, I think, had the first pick. Yeah, we have the 31st pick of the draft. Nathan MacKinnon has been put on the trade block. Oh my. So, Nashville with the first pick, the New York Islanders with the second. We have the 31st. So, Artem Anisimov is being up for offer by the Anaheim Ducks for our first and second round picks of this draft. Of next year's draft. Artem Anisimov is an 84 overall centre. I don't need that. I've got Rickard Rakell. So let's take a look. Any other trade offers? No. Okay, so let's have a look at who got drafted first. So, M. Bader gets drafted. 82 overall elite player. Wow, so pretty decent centre playmaker. Muers gets drafted second, left winger, two-way forward, 77 overall medium elite. Carlson, 81 overall medium elite. Brodziak, 66 overall medium elite. Bukestad for the Vegas Golden Knights, 78 overall medium elite. Any more medium elites here? Don't think so. Oh, wow, the New York Rangers picked one up. 55 overall medium elite. Norinen, left winger. Oh, and Sivanen, 55 overall medium elite for the Minnesota Wild. I don't think there are any more. Well, not yet anyway. Let's see if we can find one. Let's see if we can pull somebody decent. So, we're looking for a first/second round pick. Top 6 forward in Nielsen. Who's our best guy to go for? Okay, so there are some elite guys. He's meant to go in the 7th round, and he's meant to be a high elite. So we're going to keep tabs on this Chad Blair. I think he's a defensive defenseman. 2nd/3rd round for Saric. We've scouted him 6 times. And he's 19 years old, and we've got a high knowledge of every single one of his categories. So he's either going to be a medium elite or a high top 6 forward. Should we go for Nielsen and then try and get Saric in the next round? Because he's a defensive defenseman as well. I think that would be the best way to go about it. The league interest from Blair is none at the moment, so we can keep him in the minors for a little while. I'm going to go Nielsen in the 1st round and try for Saric in the 2nd round, because he's a 2nd/3rd rounder. Let's give it a go. Okay, let's go. Nielsen, he is a medium top 9 forward, 55 overall. Okay, fair enough. The San Jose Sharks want to give us back Alec Martinez, because we took Martinez in the expansion draft, I believe, didn't we? He is 80 overall, and they want to give us their 4th round pick, but they want our 2nd. No. How about that? Carl Olsner, nope. They want to give me some, like, really big veteran guys. Carl Olsner for my 2nd round pick, nope. Anisimov, nope. Anybody else? Oh, Saric went just before, and he was only a top 6 defenseman. Okay, so he didn't miss out a huge amount on Saric. He literally got picked the pick before ours. There's another medium elite that went in the 2nd round. Barron, 63 overall medium elite. Anybody else? Oh, a starting goaltender. Woods is elite goaltender. Playmaker, Ulrich, however you wish to call him. So we've got a couple more medium elites here. Anybody else? Nope. Okay, so there's some elite players still up for grabs potentially in this draft. We just have to find them. So let's have a look. We've still got Blair, who's a very high chance of being picked. The projected list, we want 2nd/3rd rounders. Gervais, I haven't really looked at very much. He's 18 years old. Yeah, I don't really know too much about him. Defenseman plus defensive defenseman. Scouted him 4 times. And we have a relatively high knowledge about this guy. We've scouted him 4 times. He's a 2nd/3rd round pick. Yeah, medium top 6 defenseman. Only 2 overall points under Saric, so we didn't lose out too much. Brendan Dillon for our 2nd round pick from next year. Brendan Dillon, he's on 4 million. He's only 81 overall. No, I'll try the free agency market if I want somebody like that. Brendan Dillon for our second round next year and Blackett. Well, no, you're asking for more than last time, so of course I'm not going to give you that. TJ Oshie for our first round pick next year. We've got a first line winger, so I don't really need to worry about that. He's a second line winger. He's only 84 overall. No. Simple as that. No. Any elite players? Oh, a couple of low elites going for Pittsburgh and Ottawa in the third round. Any more elites being taken? Oh, another elite here for the Edmonton Oilers. Croggy's an enforcer. Didn't realise you got any of them anymore. Reardon, medium elite, 62 overall, got drafted as well. Any other elite players? Nope, doesn't look like it. So there are still elite players up for offer. We just can't bloody find them. So we're in the third round of the draft. 31st pick in the third round. Who we got to choose from? We've got Blair, who's meant to be a 7th rounder. We've got a high top 9 forward in Beaulieu and a high bottom 6 forward in Wright. So it's either a Canadian or an American. He's 18 years old. He is 17 years old. I'm going to go with the 17-year-old. Extra year of growth. Medium bottom 6 forward, 54 overall. Okay, not too shabby. Nikita Zaitsev, they want to give us, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's take a look at this then. How good is Zaitsev? He's on 4.5 mil. He's 77 overall. No. Like, why do these bottom pair defensemen get so much money? Connor Sheary, let's take a look at you. How are you doing? You almost get 6 million and you're 83 overall. No. Why do these people give such ridiculous contracts to their players? No, I don't want Brendan Dillon. Right, any high draft picks, lots of bottom 6 forwards, a couple of starters. So that's not too bad. 7th defenseman. Nope, doesn't look like it. Nope, looks like we've hit the normal gap that you usually get in the second round of the draft, which is all of them are bottom 6 defensemen or forwards. So in the 5th round, we've got Kurvinen, who's a left winger, bottom 6 forward. He's a playmaker. He is 17 years old. Yeah, and he's playing for the Swedish Hockey League. Why not? Medium bottom 6 forward, 54 overall. So we move to the 6th round next round, don't we? Oh, hello. So Anisimov, their 6th round and 7th round for our first... No, I don't want Anisimov, thank you. Calvin DeHaan, how good is he? I assume he's going to be low 80s. That's why they're offering me a second round pick. 81, no. I don't want an 81 rated defenseman. I've got plenty of them. TJ Oshie, no. So, let's see if this potential high elite guy... I don't think he's going to be high elite. He's meant to be a high elite. We've scouted him 5 times. He's meant to be a high elite. He's been playing in the QMJHL. We've got a few of his stats that are exact, but most of them are very high. Let's see how much of a top 6 defenseman he is. He is a low top 4 defenseman. Okay, so at least it's not a low top 6 defenseman. Dmitry Orlov. Okay, this is a more interesting trade by the looks of it. Dmitry Orlov, how good is he? He is 85 overall. Okay, this is more like it. For our first round pick, Goodrow, and a second round pick. Now, I would like Dmitry Orlov. He's got 4 years left on his contract, but I don't want to have to give up a first round pick for him. I want to see what's available. We can make a trade once free agency hits. I don't really want to make a trade here at the moment, because I want to see what's available on the market and what my team looks like. So, we're in the 6th round still. See what else is available. We've scouted Wen Gronkowski. Wen Gronkowski, what a name. We're having him. What a name. Medium 7th defenseman, 52 overall. I'll take it. Don't want Connor Sheary, thank you very much. Don't want Brendan Dillon, thank you very much. Just give me a decent player, please. Let's take a look. So, in the 7th round, got a lot of unknowns here at the moment. A lot of sort of international players. Couture, he's meant to be an exact top 9 forward. If we could pull that in the 7th round of the draft, I'll take it. Low top 9 forward. Better than nothing. 56 overall. And the entry draft is complete with a top 9 forward. So, here is the draft class for the 2022 London Lions team. We have Nielsen, we have Plus, we have Wright, we have Kurvinen, we have Blair, we have Wen Gronkowski, and Couture. Nice. So, not a bad draft class there. Got a couple of guys that hopefully will make the roster at some point. Now we sim to the re-sign phase. This is an important part where I need to see how much money I can spend on people. So, Timothy Liljegren will need a contract. I've got 9 restricted free agents coming up. And we'll have some UFAs as well, I assume. So let's have a look. We have currently, according to this game, once it loads, we have $20 million in salary cap space. And a few players that look like they are unsigned. So, let's go start with centres, please. I did do that, but it didn't want to do it. So, we will go this way. So, Rickard Rakell needs a contract. I think he deserves one. He wants to sign a contract with us. 5.8 million ain't really going to cut it, son. 5.850. We're just going to see if we can do the 85%. So, we can get him for under 5. Which I think is fair for a second line forward. So, if we go 5.975 for 2 years, we'll give that a go, see if that works. Cody Eakin, he doesn't want a contract extension. Neither does JT Comfer. But Melker Karlsson would like a contract, so we'll give him one. He wants 1.950. Let's see if we can do slightly better than that. Divide that by 100, times that by 85. 1.7 we'll go for. Shave another 200,000 off. That's 200,000 we could spend on somebody else. Willis. Bure is 70 at 23. He's meant to be medium elite. He's not really growing. Willis, 73 at 20 years old. 73 at 20 years old. Yeah, alright. We'll give you a contract. Why not? Give you your entry-level deal. So, Eakin, how much would he want anyway? 2 million. I'm going to shop for a third-line centre there, because we've got Stevens. We've got Karlsson. Comfort doesn't want to sign either. JT Comfort was quite good for us, though, so I'd like to take a look at him, actually. So, 2.3 divided by 100 times 85 is just under 2 million. So we go 1.975. I want to see if he signs with us, actually. It's worth a look. Uola, 69 at 24. Nope. Ward, 60 at 20. Nope. Hornqvist, 59 at 21. Nope. Josephson, 57 at 20. Oduya, 55 at 19. Nope. Wright, 54 at 17. You guys can keep going. Left wingers. So, wow, look how very little left wingers we have in this lineup. Bittner, you deserve a contract, son. You want 1.3 mil? Let's see if we can just shave a little bit of that off, maybe. I would like a little bit less than that. Let's go for 1.125. That's almost 200k shaved off. Tamala, yeah, you can have a contract because you've played quite well for us. So one-way contract for that much? Yeah, sounds good. Del Zotto, 61 at 20. No. Bookaboom, 60 at 20. No. Anybody else? Nope. Okay, fair dues. We need a left winger. Right wingers. Corey Perry wants a contract. Okay. Depends how much he wants. 3 mil. Pontus Aberg, you can have another contract, son. Let's just shave a little bit off that if we can. 1.6 divided by 100 times 85. 1.36. So if we go 1.375. Some of these guys might not want that much or might want more money. Connor Brown wants a new contract. Fisher, I'll qualify you as an RFA, I think. So we've got Pasternak and we've got Gallagher. Corey Perry, he would be a nice signing, but I don't want to sign him to that much money. So I might be able to get him for about 2.5 if I'm lucky. 3.450 divided by 100 times 85. That's just under $3 million. If he doesn't want this much money, then he's going to go. Because I'm not hugely interested about bringing an 81 right winger up when I've got Marco Dano that can do his job. Sven Angrighetto, that's too much money. Barber, how much do you want? I'll do 1 mil for you for a year, because you seem to be doing alright. Connor Brown wants another contract, but I'm not really that interested, because he hasn't grown to the way that I wanted him to. Palmu, 67 at 24, we'll qualify him as an RFA, because he's still an RFA. Anybody else? Norgren, Tennell, we'll sign you 62 at 19, we'll give you an entry-level deal, because why not? Then defenseman, Matthias Ekholm, he wants another contract. Timothy Liljegren, we need to sign this man. 1.9 million. Did I already sign him to his entry-level deal? I probably did, because he's 23 years old. 1.9 divided by 100 times 85. 1.615. So 1.625. See if we can get him for that. Paxbu, 67 at 20. Sure, you can have a contract, buddy. So we've got Van Riemsdyk, but I'm probably going to trade him if he's earning 3.5 mil. He's a 75 overall. Vlasic needs to go. We need to have a massive shake-up of this defensive core. Karlsson and Pocker can stay. Ekholm, you can stay as well, but not for that much money, you can't. 5.275 divided by 100 times 85. That's about 4.5 million. That's a much nicer number. And you're an 83 overall, so it's not as if I'm giving that to an 80 overall. Yeah, these guys need to go. They're not earning their money, so I need to trade them away for decent players. Paxbu, you're fine. Goudreau, you're still okay. Samarakov, no. I'll qualify you as an RFA just in case. And the rest of them, they're alright. And then goaltenders. Marmolind needs a contract. Grubauer and Talbot I'm absolutely happy with. They are fine, not a problem. Blacker, 64 at 23. I will qualify you as an RFA. Rogers, 50 out of 20. No. Marmolin, 75 at 24. Will qualify you as an RFA as well. Okay. Right, so let's advance a day and see what we've got here, I think. Because we've only got $20 million of cap space. Not sure we actually have enough money to sign all those people. Although we didn't do a huge signing there, did we? Most of them were like $3 million signings. So, Perry has rejected his offer. He's not content with the amount of minutes he played this past season. Well, sorry, Corey Perry, then. You're not getting a contract. Raquel rejected his offer. I'm not too happy being on this team anymore. Okay, interesting. Comfer has rejected. He wants to test the free agency market. Ekholm has rejected. Oh my god, we make it to the Stanley Cup finals and none of you want to come back? Your offer was not enough to entice me. Aberg has rejected. Carlson's rejected. Paxbu's joined. Good. Bittner's come back. Barber's back. Tennell, Willis, Tamala, Lilgren. Good. So we got some of the guys back, but some of our actual roster players are getting a bit grumpy with me and don't want to take the money that I'm giving them. Gah! What greedy bastards. $18 million to play with then. So, Ricard Raquel, he wants an extension. So, I'll give you $5 million for 2 years. I'm not giving you anything more than that, Raquel. There you go. Ekholm, how much do you want? You want $5 million. I'll give you 4.750. That's already 10 million gone out of my 18 mil cap space. None of you guys I'm interested in. Comfer, he didn't want to re-sign anyway. Pontus Aberg, if I do it for 1.5 million for 2 years, that would be swell. Melker Carlson, I would like to have you back. Let's go 1.750. And we'll try that. We'll see if these guys re-sign with us then. Because some of the guys want to test free agency. I understand that. That's fair enough. They want to see what it's like. But I don't want my entire roster to completely blow up. Because that's the last thing I need right now. So, let's take a look. Raquel's rejected the offer. Ekholm's back. That's good. Aberg isn't back. And Carlson's not back. Okay. That's a pain in the arse. Oh, this is irritating. Okay. So, $14 million of cap space. If I give Raquel as much as how much does he want? How much does he want again? I'm not giving him that much. 5.250. I do want to keep Raquel on the roster because he has played quite well for me. And then who else was it? Pontus Aberg. Sure, I'll give you your 1.6 million. Like if you say, "Oh, actually, I don't want that much anymore. I want more," then you can piss off. Like I've got other players like you in my lineup, so I'm only adding you because I want more depth, and I think you played well for me last year. Raquel has rejected his offer. He's not too happy being... I should have traded him in the off-season, shouldn't I? And Aberg... Oh my god! What is wrong with you players? Right, so I'm going to give one more. 5.5 million for Ricard Raquel. That's the last offer I'm going to give him. If he doesn't want it, he's gone. No matter how much I want an 84 rated centre on this team, he'll be gone. So $5.5 million. If you don't want it, you can get stuffed, Ricard Raquel. You're 29 years old. You're an 84 overall. Nolan Patrick's better than you and he's 6 years younger. Like, get on it, son. So all of my top guys are signed to long-term contracts, except for Pasternak, who is a UFA not this season coming up, but the season after that. And Nolan Patrick the same. So those two will need a big payday if we keep playing for that long. Corey Perry wants to come back, but he doesn't want the money. Maybe signing Eakin would be a good idea then. Try and sign him for 2 mil, just in case Raquel doesn't come back. And then Aberg, I'll give you 1.750. I mean, I don't know why I'm pandering to this guy. So they are the last offers I'm going to give. Otherwise, I'm going to try and trade some of my weaker defensive guys And then I should have a shit ton of salary cap space to work with in free agency. Okay, Ricardo Raquel, you're gone. Sorry, buddy. Aberg's here. Good. And Eakin has rejected the offer. Okay, so it looks like we are going to free agency with some defensemen that I want to trade. Even if it's for draft picks, I'm not that fussed. I just want to get rid of some salary cap. So, let's take a look at each position as we have it. So, centres. We are out 3 of our top 4 centres. We have Stevens that can play. He is a depth for... Okay, well, that's a bit of a pain in the ass. We've got Carlson doesn't want to play either. So we need some depth at centre. Like, we're losing basically our entire centre core. Left wingers, we have Panarin, but other than that, we're a bit strapped on there. Right wingers, we're pretty much okay. We've got Pasternak and Gallagher and Darno. So, and we've got Aberg. So we've got some solid right wingers here. Defensemen, we're pretty much set on the defensive end, but we want to get rid of Dochin, Vlasic needs to go, and Van Riemsdyk. So if we get rid of these 3 players, that will free up over $11 million of salary cap space if we just trade these 3 guys, which will help us out tremendously. We've got Liljegren for the next 2 years. So we've got our top 4 defense. We've got 92, 83, 83, 80, and hopefully another 80 in Liljegren if he grows this off-season. Then these guys need to go. And then goaltending, we've got Cam Talbot until next season, and Grubauer, they're fine. So, we need to make some trades of some defensemen. We need to see what's available in free agency, and we need to pick up a second-line centre and a second-line left winger. So, let's sim to free agency, see what we got. I'm feeling okay about this. I am feeling okay about this. Fisher has accepted... Okay, so some of these guys who I accepted as free agents, they have rejoined the fold. Fair dues. Let's see if you grow as players. So Ricardo Raquel did not resign with the team, but that's his problem. I did try and sign him to a contract. He wasn't interested. So Morgan Rielly, wow, 92 overall. And Rasmus Ristolainen at 92 overall. I need to try and pick up one of these guys. I really do. Then Alexander Wemberg at 88 overall. Philip Forsberg, we've already got that first line. Bo Horvat for a second line. He wants $7 million. Ricardo Raquel wants $7 million. Jesus Christ, but no teams are interested in them. Tyler Toffoli, he would be a good second line. Teuvo Teravainen, he wants $7 million. We could go for somebody like James Van Riemsdyk, who wants $5 million. He's 85 overall, but he is a second line winger. But Teravainen is at 85, but he's younger. So, let's trade away some of these players that I've got. How do we do that? Let's go to a proposed trade. Here it is. So, we're just trying to find any team that's interested in some of these defensemen and is willing to take their salary cap, really. Let's go from best overall, please. So, it's Vlasic, Dochin, and Van Riemsdyk, isn't it? Yes. So, Vlasic. Who's interested in Marc-Edouard Vlasic? We have a winner in the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's see who else. Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, the Philadelphia Flyers are interested, but they don't have the cap space. The Tampa Bay Lightning are interested as well, as are the Vancouver Canucks. And the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, so the first one was Columbus, and they had the salary cap space. Okay, so they're interested in Vlasic. Who would they not mind giving away? Skaters matching the block. They have Sundin, who's 64 at 22. That's because he's sad. Goalies matching the block. They have Ivany, 61 at 19. Draft pick. So how much trade value does Vlasic actually have? That would be a good question. He has somewhat. He has a decent amount. Let's see if we can pick up a depth centre. 80 at 31, Cody Cizikas. Not quite. What about left wingers? 82 at 34, Milan Lucic. $6 million. No. Sonny Milano. That could be good. Sonny Milano, but he's got a rather high-sized contract. A defenseman. Nobody really. Savard is the best guy. Vorensky and Murray. Wow, look at their top 3 defensemen. Jesus. Ryan Murphy. Let's go for a draft pick. Let's see if we can take their third, definitely. See if we can take a third and a fourth. So, Marc-Edouard Vlasic, thank you for everything you've done for this franchise. But if we send Vlasic to the Blue Jackets for their 3rd and 4th round pick of this year's draft, will that go through? Yes, it will. Right, thank you very much, Vlasic, for all your help with the franchise over the last few years. But you went from an 88 down to a 78, so I've got to say goodbye. Let's have a look. We want to get rid of Oh, we want to go best overall, don't we? Timothy Liljegren, you're staying. Edmondson, you're staying because you're doing okay for us. Dotchin. Yes, Dotchin. We want to get rid of Dotchin. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are interested in him as well. The Dallas Star... Oh, the Detroit Red Wings. They are interested in Dotchin. Okay. This is good. Let's take a look. Centers. Have you got anybody of interest? Spears. Okay, 82 overall at 25. That would be an awesome trade for us because he's got barely any value. I'm not... Wow, they've got Nico Hischier. Of course they do. So Spears, but he's got more trade value. What if we chuck in one of the draft picks that we picked up? So draft pick, let's chuck in our third from Columbus. So Dotchin and our third round pick that we just gained from Columbus for an 82 overall Blake Spears, who's a third scoring line forward who would be nice on our lineup. So Dotchin and a third for Spears. Will that go through? No, it won't. Okay. Let's chuck in our third round pick then. So Dotchin and our third for Spears. Will that go through? No, it won't. Okay, fair dues, fair dues. Maybe not Spears then, that's not a problem. Let's take a look at the rest of who they've got. So, trade value. Spears would be an awesome pickup. What about wingers? They really don't have anybody on the wing except Sveshnikov. Defense. Wu. Wow, 77 at 21. That is decent. That is a decent pickup. Danny DeKaiser, Mike Green, no. Sariavi, no. Johansson, Nutavara, no. There's been a... No, okay, let's just go for another draft pick. Let's just stock up on mid-round draft picks. So a fourth, we could probably get a fifth here as well. I think we should be able to get a fifth here, why not? So a fourth and a fifth? Let's try that. So, Dotchin for a fourth and a fifth round pick for next year's draft from Detroit. Will that go through? You're damn right it will. Nice. Oh, sorry guys that I've had to trade away people like Dotchin. I know this isn't what you really wanted, but it's the right thing to do. I promise. It's the right thing. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, we've got one more defenseman to get rid of. Then we freed up so much salary cap space. We want to go best overall here. So, the last one we want to get rid of is Van Riemsdyk. And it turns out Detroit are interested in them as well. Who else we got? The LA Kings are interested. Okay. I think we should just try and get a draft pick from this one. We can take a fourth and a fifth maybe. We're going to be stacked on the draft pick front. We might actually be able to pull somebody decent. So, Trevor Van Riemsdyk for the fourth and fifth round picks of the LA Kings in the next draft. Will that go through? Yes, it will. Right, so we have just shaved off $11 or $12 million of salary cap space and picked up a load of mid-draft picks. That's actually pretty good. I'm quite impressed with that. Like, my players are upset because I'm giving away, like, solid players. I don't care, though. I really don't care. So, Morgan Riley. He wants $8 million. I'm happy to give him $9 million if he wants it. Because then our first defensive pair will be Morgan Riley and Erik Karlsson. That will be an absolutely stacked set of players. I don't see why we shouldn't do that. So, Morgan Riley, you want $9 million? I'll give you $9 million, son. You want to have a payday? Here you go, Morgan Riley. So that means we have $13 million left in salary cap space. I would like to pick up Nick Leddy as well, actually. So we pick up him. So if we pick up him as well, that means we'll have $7 million in salary cap space. We get a solid defenseman as well in him. We need that second line centre, don't we? So we've got about $7 million now. Brian Little, he's a second line defenseman, second line forward, sorry. That could be a good pickup for us. He's 34 years old. He wants 2 years on his contract. The only problem is he might keep dropping. Brendan Polini, that's not too bad. But he wants $5 million. I'd rather not. Second line forward in Carter. No. I'm going to have to try for one of these big guys. I don't want you. Bo Horvat would be nice. He's in the prime of his career, but I'm not sure I'd be able to afford him for that much. Ooh. No teams are interested in him right now. Let's go for 6.5 on Bo Horvat. Let's go for $6.5 million for 4 years. Let's see who else they've got here. Maurer. Nope, nope, nope. Anthony Duclair. He's not going to hit that height. No. No, okay, right, so we're going to advance a day and see if there's any of these players that want to join our team. If we could get all three of those players, we would be a contending team. We would be an absolute Stanley Cup champion team from the get-go. But the question is, will these guys sign with us? So, come on, just let me see. Leddy has accepted our offer. Morgan Riley has accepted our offer. Bo Horvat has rejected, but he hasn't signed with a new team. Oh my lord, we have got a stacked team now. So, if we check our... I want to check our contracts. Where are our contracts? View contracts. Our defense is absolutely stacked now. We've got 2 players over 90 playing on our defensive core. That is astounding. That is absolutely astounding. So, centres. We don't have many centres here. We need a second line centre without a doubt. In the system, we have those guys, but they're not that good. Left wingers, we have Panarin, but we don't have anybody else, which is a pain. Right wingers, we're fine on right wingers, not a problem. Defence, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Edmondson might be able to drop out for Liljegren because we've got Carlson and Riley, who are left and right-handed. We have Leddy and Pocker, who are left and right-handed. Ekholm and Liljegren, left and right-handed, and then Edmondson. And then in the system, we have some of these guys who aren't very good. We could do with signing a depth defenseman as well. So we need that second-line centre, and we need another left winger, by the looks of it. We only have $9 million to spend here, so we did kind of splash the cash on guys like Nick Leddy and the other one, Morgan Riley. So, Bo Horvat is the best one up for offer. He is a second-line centre. Brian Little is a second-line centre. I might have to compromise here, because these guys want $7 million. Van Riemsdyk would be a solid signing if we could get him for that much money. He wants 3 years. He's 33 years old. Evander Kane would be good, but I don't really want his... He's a bit of a locker room cancer, if you ask me. $5 million for Brendan Perlini at an 83 overall. Is there another guy down here? Sven Bertsky. He's meant... Okay, so he's meant to be a second-line winger. You know what? Let's just go for Anthony... No, he's a right winger. I don't need him. Derek Brassard. He's meant to be a second-liner. Second-liner, Bobby Ryan. He's 83 overall. Jeff Carter, but he's 37. Jonathan Marchessault. No. Okay, what we're going to do is... Brian Little, how good are you? What was your last season like? You played in the NHL... You had a 47-point season last year. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Second line forward. His face-offs are only 80, though. Wow. But he's a two-way forward. So, we're going to try and sign you for $4 million. If you don't want it, then we might go a little bit higher, but nobody wants you right now, so take it or leave it. Then Van Riemsdyk, how was your season last year? You had 66 points last year. So, I'm going to try and sign you for 5.7. That means... No, because then there won't be enough money, will it? Because I've tried to sign him for 4. So, I should... That makes 9... I could sign him for 5.25. Let's try that. If we get Van Riemsdyk and Little, we are going to be right up against the cap, but we're going to be doing okay. We're going to be doing good. Because, like, we signed Morgan Riley and Nick Leddy, we've gone straight to a team status of champion. Because we stacked our defensive core out. Before, we were a hopeful. We can also see if there are any salary cap dumps we can do. So, Little is rejected. Van Riemsdyk is signed with the Habs. Okay. So, we're not getting James Van Riemsdyk. Fair enough. That's understandable. Ristolainen. So, Little. He's now got 2 teams interested in him. Perlini would be nice. And he still has a chance to grow as well. And he's a British-born guy. Of course, why aren't we going for Perlini here? He was born in Guildford. $5 million for you, Perlini. So that means we've got 4.250 to sign a depth centre. We might have to go with somebody like... Oh, yeah, maybe Derek Brassard. Pajot. Pajot's pretty good, right? Face-offs of 86. Now, that's pretty decent on the face-off stat. He only had 2 points last year because he only played 9 games. So, I'm going to give you a chance to play, Pajot. Not for that much money, I ain't. I'll do 4.5. Do 4.5 mil for 3 years, Pajot. You could make that money. You could make that money back. If you play well for me. Kind of a bit of a guy that hasn't really had a chance to prove himself this last year. He needs a bounce-back year, and maybe this is the team. Good. So, Pajot and Brennan Pellini. We've got the Guildford boy. Nice. So, we have signed some pretty decent guys for this team. We now have a bit of depth to our roster as well. And we have 1.5 mil left to spend. Lindbom, 78 at 25. I could try... Yeah, why not? Let's try signing him as well. We'll go 1.5 mil. There you go. Enjoy. So we'll see how well he does, and then we'll check our contracts and see what our team is like. Our first line is stacked. Our second line has gained a bit more punch now, which is good. And we've got a couple of depth guys that will hopefully grow a little bit in overall, so they'll be ready to play. Good. Lindbom has joined the team. Right, so I want to look at our contracts. Let's take a look at these contracts that we've got here. So we currently have $1.155 million. It's a good thing we traded away those defensemen. We traded away some low 70s, picked up a low 90. Like, why not? So, centres. Let's take a look at these. So we've got Patrick, Pajot, and Stevens. And in the system, we have Willis at 73 and Bure at 70. If he can have a massive growth spurt, then yeah, he's on the team. Left wingers, we have Panarin and then Pellini, so the double P line. Then Lindbom at 78, Tamela at 76. If he grows this offseason, he could stay on the roster. Bittner is in the system, so we've got some better guys there. Good. Right wingers, we've got 90, 83, 80, 79 early, yeah. So we've got depth in the right wing position, not a problem. And we've got Fisher. Fisher, he was undrafted. Yeah, we signed as an undrafted guy, didn't we? Okay, that's good. And then defensemen, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Liljegren, and then at the depth, we should sign a depth defenseman. And then goaltending, we've got 88, 83, and then we've got a 75 Marmon. Okay, so a depth defenseman would round off this roster quite nicely. If we can sign a guy that's trying to move up in the world. What I mean by that, I don't quite know what I mean by that. If we could sign a guy that is like medium elite, or just doesn't want that much money. We can get a defenseman that needs like $1 million. $1 million, just that $1 million right there. Defenseman, anybody here? There's lots of wingers here. Because some of them are a bit too much money. Like these defensemen up here, $5 million. Don't really want that, if I'm honest. So, Jacobs. Oh, here we go. Bergman, 77 overall. At 26 years old, we've got a 73. Yeah, we should go for the 77. 1.155. If you don't like it, then don't really know what I can do, mate. If not, we might be able to claim a guy off waivers, provided they don't take too much money. Nolan Patrick is healed from his injury from last playoffs. That's good. Has he signed? Nope. Not offered the dollars. We're going to have to sign one of those cheaper guys then. Because I ain't got the money for anybody else. Defenseman. So Bergman is still... Okay, so we've got 73 at 22 years old. Helms, welcome to the team. Is there anybody else that wants anything? Nope, not by the looks of it. Nope, those guys are far too expensive for me. Nielsen, 76 to 25. He wants less money. Here, have a contract for $1 million for a year. See if you can get yourself going. They really need to add more players wanting, like more veteran players especially wanting $1 million one-year contracts. Because that was a very big trend last season. Lots of veteran guys wanting those $1 million one-year contracts. Good. Nielsen and Helms got a bit more depth at the defensive position, which is going to make us even more scary to play because we've got a stacked defensive core as it is. And then if we throw in some other players that can step up and do the job, then brilliant. And plus, if they don't make the team, they're going to be the best players on our Honolulu roster. So, why not? We needed more club seats. Yep, but I spent all the money on repairing everything else, so shut up. So, I don't think we're doing too bad here, folks. I don't think we're doing too bad here at all. We're doing fine. So, let's just make sure that we keep going, and life is good for us. Because we are the best, and we're better than the rest. We just need to get over that hump. And I think like picking up a guy like Morgan Riley could help us get over that hump. Like, you know, we had a strong team last year. The strongest team I think we've had last year. But I think this team that we've got could rival it. Because if we've got a guy like Liljegren turning up, we've got Oh, good, I've got some more money. Got some wonderful free agents. Our defensive core is absolutely stacked this year. Like, we've got 292 rated defensemen. We've got our first line that's still fantastic. So, we are a champion. We need to be within $1.5 million of the budget he sets. Want to finish first in our division and win our regular season home opener. I think that's fair. So, let's set the captains. I assume they're going to be the same as last season. Oh, no, because Raquel's gone. Nolan Patrick, Erik Karlsson, Pasternak. I think that's absolutely fine. I think that makes the most sense. Edit lines. Let's look at our roster moves. So, 83. Nobody looks like... Lindbom? Oh, yeah, he's a winger, isn't he? So, let's go to roster moves and see how well our team has done. Let's see if our players have grown. Centres. 87, Patrick. He hasn't grown yet. Pajot, 82. Stevens, 78. With Willis at 75 and Bure at 72. And I've lost connection to the EA servers again. Brilliant. Left wingers, we've got 88, 83, 79, 76 Tamela, and then 76 Bittner. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drop Tamela down, and then I'm going to bring up Bittner, because he's a fourth line guy. Awesome. Then, right wingers, we've got 90, 83, 80, 79, 79, 78. Got 72 Fisher, Noel, 69. Okay. Then defensemen, we have 92, 92, 86, 83, 83, Timothy Liljegren at an 80, which is perfect, and Edmondson at an 80, and then we've got 76 Nielsen, 73 Helms. Good, so we've got some defensive depth there, and 88 and 83 on you, 75, 68, and 67. Right, let's edit the lines. Let's get these bad boys sorted. So, oh, right, you guys, I just want best lines. I'm not really that fussed about what's going on here. More fussed about the NHL. So, best lines here. So, Panarin, Patrick, Pasternak, the triple P line. We've almost got another triple P line in Polini, Pajot, and Gallagher. So that makes sense. Yep, I'm quite happy with that lineup. Then Lindbom, Stevens, and Marco Darno. Then we've got Barber with Baptiste and Bittner. So my scratched players, we've got an 80 Edmondson and a 79 Pontus Aberg. I'd like to try Aberg to start this season, actually. He's a depth forward, but I'm going to try him. See what he's like. And then Bittner on that wing. Yep, that makes the most sense. Who's got the best face-offs? 63 face-offs, 68 face-offs, and 61 face-offs. So nobody good at the face-offs. 73 face-offs for Lindbom. He's a third checking line. He's a depth forward, and he's a third scoring line. Third scoring line. Good. Third checking line. Fourth line forward, depth forward. Do we have a third scoring line forward there? Stevens, you might be, but I would like to keep Stevens in. Barber, what are you? Depth forward. Okay, so we don't have that scoring line, so I'm going to keep the checking forward there. We've got two scoring forwards there. So, 88, 87, 90, 83, 82, 83, 79, 79, 80, 76, 78, 79. Then on defence, Riley, Karlsson, Leddy, Pocker, Ekholm, Liljegren. Perfect. Then goaltenders, Talbot and Grubauer. With scratch, we have Edmondson, 80 overall. He might get upset with that. And Barber, 78 overall. So we have another guy that can slot in should we need him. Perfect. So let's go to the debut game of the season for us. And let's see what we got. So the 27th, we're completely icing our full lineup. So, players, who's got the most? It looks like the O's got the most again, so we'll scout forwards there for a month. 10% of the season already gone there. Allocate budget, yes please. Advertising, don't care. Arena operations, have it all. $4 million of arena operation money, good. So, auto-assign promotion nights, please. Shootout loss against Winnipeg in the first game. A win against St. Louis, good. A win against Dallas, huzzah. Against Minnesota, a win. Jean-Gabriel Pajot has been injured, and he's back from injury, so that's good. And last game against Colorado, can we stay undefeated in regulation? Because that would be a nice sign going into next season. Got to be salary cap compliant. Good! So we went 6-0-1 for the preseason. And we start our season against the Pittsburgh Penguins next episode. So, we've got a pretty stacked team here. I'm feeling quite good about it. I think this year, it's Stanley Cup or bust. I'm going to say it now, ladies and gents. If we don't win the Stanley Cup here this next season, this series with the London Lions is over. I'm calling it a day if we don't win the Stanley Cup here with the London Lions. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. That is what is going to happen if we don't win the Stanley Cup this year. But I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.